Hello and happy 2019. I hope you are having a really good start to the new year and making lots of plans about all the amazing things you're going to do and all the amazing ways you're going to look after yourself this year. And I wanted to share with you some of the ideas that I'm having about my well-being and the ways in which I'm looking at how I can improve and boost my well-being for the year ahead. And a lot of this obviously works back to my Bloom model for well-being, which a lot of you will know about already. If you can remember what the different aspects of blooming your well-being are, it is blooming body, blooming mind, blooming connection with yourself and with nature, blooming passion, and blooming community. So this week I want to focus on blooming body and also blooming mind, because for me body and mind are inextricably linked, and the way that we can nourish our body is through the food and the other things that we put into our system. So I'm personally starting to get a little bit concerned about some of the foodstuffs that are appearing, some of the additives, preservatives, processing that goes into our food and ends up in our food chain. And for me, I want to start taking some of this out of my diet and being more in control of what I'm putting into my body, because I know I can act on a really high vibration when I'm eating and drinking the right things. So for me, this is all about going organic and being really clear about how your food has been produced from the soil to the fork. The best way you can do that is really to prepare stuff at home where you know what's going into the food, and to be honest, anywhere you go outside of home you cannot actually be sure what it is you're eating, and I'm going to talk about this a lot more in future videos to come, but let's take a little look today at how I'm going to be improving and increasing the sorts of organic produce in my diet. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about the things I've been purchasing and procuring and adding to my lovely kitchen cupboards. We've got three different groups here. So we've got group 1, which I have had to find online. We have this little lot, which is truly organic, and I've managed to find it at the supermarket. And then there's this little lot, which is not organic, or it's not certified organic, but I still feel that these are suitable adjuncts. I bought some really nice organic wines. I've bought some, these are what I've had to find online. I actually found the organic selection at the supermarket was virtually non-existent. I've also gone to some of the big names like Laithwaite's and Majestic and found that actually, whilst they do carry a couple of organic wines, it's very, very scarce. And actually I went to Planet Organic, which are an online company that do great free quick delivery, and they had a really great selection, and they're not actually that expensive. They're probably more expensive than the wine you might buy at your supermarket, especially if you like the sort of £5, £6, £7 a bottle. I've got to say that I'm starting to I have for quite a long time been trying to drink better quality wine, because I've noticed that actually you don't get such a bad hangover. The very, very cheap wines can give you a really bad hangover the next day. I'm not saying that good wines or more expensive wines avoid a hangover, but there is a marked difference the way you feel the next day. And I'm really hoping that that's going to improve now that I've got organic wine. A couple of quick things I'll tell you about the organic wine. The reds, both of which I've gone for no sulfites or no sulfur. Now, almost all wines these days are produced with sulfites. That means sulfur is added to the wine process. Generally, this is purely about keeping it fresh on the shelf or in your fridge. It's got nothing to do with actually the wine making process. and certainly has been found to have some pretty bad side effects for people that do take in these sulfites. So I'm really looking forward to trying the wines. I'm not doing a taste test for you today because I'd have to open all of them and that would be a terrible waste. So I'll come back to you and let you know when I've actually sampled the wines, and we'll see how good they were. Couple of the other things I've had to get. Ghee is something that I will talk about in another video. We won't talk about it much today, but this is a really interesting and useful alternative source of fat that's really good for you and really works well with the body. Actually is meant to be good for you. I got some turmeric and ginger raw cider vinegar, which is really good for you on its own and will make a wonderful addition to salads. And all of this stuff is 100% organic and organic certified. Just wanted to show you a couple of the veg I got. Look at the size of that pepper. That is an organic pepper. It cost about 80p, which is the same price as a pepper from the supermarket, but it's about twice the size. It smells really good. I've got 2 of those. I've got a green one as well, and I've got these lovely red peppers too. So again, already same price as the supermarket, but the fruit and vegetables are so much bigger, and I think they're going to be delicious. Coffee. This is going to go along with my ghee and also my MCT oil. I suggest you go and Google MCT oil and have a look at what this is. And I'm going to do another video later on about another way we can use that. But this coffee, just wanted to say, this is actually organically grown coffee. The soil in which it is grown is not affected by herbicides, pesticides, and other chemicals. So this is a very pure coffee. Okay, let's have a quick look at the stuff on here in the second group. So second group is the stuff that I found in the supermarket that was actually marked 100% organic. And everyone, I want you to understand that this is a really crucial part of what I'm about to say. Eating organic is really a good way to go, but if it doesn't say 100% organic, you've got to see 100 and the percent sign next to the word organic on the packet, then it's not 100% organic. There are actually some fairly strict rules about organic labelling that can only show 100% if it genuinely was 100% organically grown from the soil right up to the plate. And that is a very important point. There are lots of other things on the market that are just saying organic. They're not actually 100% organic, and they will probably be grown using flour from wheat or grain that is not organically grown, and actually then you don't have an organic product regardless of what other things were added later. So really do have a look when you go into the supermarket, and if you're looking for organic, make sure it says 100% organic, or be clear that what you're picking up is not 100% organic, but it's going to be the next best thing, or it's the only thing you can get hold of. So very quickly, organic carrots, corn, eggs, butter, cheese, avocado. I'll talk about the peanut butter in a minute. Organic noodles, organic pasta made from spinach and durum wheat, but that's an organic durum wheat. Some more durum wheat, gluten-free. Sorry, it's made from chickpeas, this, not gluten. We've got organic coconut flour. We've got some flaxseed, sunflower and pumpkin seeds, and some rye flour, and some lemon and mint cordial, all of which are organic, and these teas. Also, tea is something else that is not necessarily grown in the way you think it would be grown. And finally, I will simply say the last group of things doesn't come up as organic, 100% organic or organic, but I do believe that these are really important things that we want in our diet. So you'll see, I've got lots of pineapple here. I've got whole pineapple, and I've got 100% pineapple juice, not from concentrate, and I've even got some nice chunky tins of fruit. And I really think that providing you get tinned fruit that is in juice and not syrup, you can actually get a lot of your daily nutrients from fruits by getting tinned stuff, and it makes it very easy. I mean, look at the difference of that. Chopping that pineapple or just opening a tin of pineapple, much easier when you're in a bit of a rush and you don't have the time. But I'm also going to do another video about how to chop up a pineapple in a very quick, easy way that will astound you. But that's for another day. Oh, sorry, there's a cat at my feet. A couple of the other things. Water. Now, I am very much the advocate of drinking bottled water instead of the water that comes out of the tap. And the reason for that is that all of the minerals that come down from the mountains and the mountain springs where all of our water comes from originally loses all of its minerals by the time it comes out of the tap. And the only way you can ensure you're drinking water with minerals in is to buy it bottled and check the label that it has a pH of 7 or above. And that is clearly marked on the ingredients or nutritional label of every type of bottled water, and it needs to be pH 7 or above, and then you know you're going to have a really mineral rich water, and you can taste the difference. It tastes lovely, it tastes really good for you, and you can feel the goodness going right down inside you immediately. And I absolutely must ask you to try this for yourself. One great thing is, I've just discovered I have been buying Pure Life water from the supermarket, which is a Nestle brand, but it was good water, pH 7.4, and it was fairly cheap. £2.50 for 6 bottles, 1.5 litre. Haha, I've now found another one which is even better, and it is Sainsbury's own still Scottish mountain water from the Caledonian Fells, from the Campsie Fells in Caledonia. And that was £1.50 for 4 bottles of 2 litre. So actually that goes a really long way. Couple of other things. Alpen. I'm going to mention the Alpen and the peanut butter together. Now, before I destroy everything, I had quite a big problem finding peanut butter or cereal that didn't include palm oil. And it actually does say on the top and the packet, no palm oil. I didn't even know I should be looking out for this when it comes to peanut butter. I spent about 15 minutes trying to find one label that didn't include palm oil, and every single label but this one, and I think perhaps the Whole Earth brand, but was much more expensive. So I've gone for this high pro crunchy peanut butter, absolutely no palm oil, and it's written on there. The same thing happened when I went to the cereals, and all of the cereals, all the granola, all show palm oil. And this is something we really want to be not investing in as much as possible. Alpen, I couldn't get granola in the end. There wasn't one brand, Sainsbury's or Tesco's own, or branded, that didn't have lots of palm oil in it. So we went for Alpen, good old favourite. You can see on the ingredients list there is absolutely no palm oil, and it is delicious. And these sorts of oats and muesli are really good for your diet. So if you can find something like that, I would go for it. A couple of other things we can see. I've got some lemons. No, they're not organic necessarily, but I still think that the citrus is really important for adding to lots of foods, especially my water. I often put fresh lemon juice into my bottled water, and it's very cleansing first thing in the morning and throughout the day. A couple of other things. We've got some nice, very healthily grown organic aubergine spread. Doesn't say organic, but it doesn't have anything but the very elemental ingredients in it. Cherries, incredibly important, very good at helping you sleep. So I'm going to start using this. This is cherry compote So you could have like a little dash of this on some yogurt or rice pudding. I've also gone for some nice fresh cherry. Oh, sorry, they're not fresh, they're tin cherries, but they'll be really lovely on a breakfast. And then we've got some sweet potatoes, not organically grown, but actually a lot better for you than normal potatoes. There is a group of foods called not deadly nightshade, they're just called nightshade, but some people might call them deadly nightshade. And normal potatoes are part of this group, as are tomatoes, but we'll do another video on that one day. Sweet potatoes, on the other hand, are not made in the same way as potatoes and are actually very good at keeping you in a balanced way with some good carbs, but that actually aren't going to do you any problem. So I'm going to stop there for now and show, since I've shown you what it is that I'm putting into my cupboard and into my body, and then I'm going to hopefully entice you to come back to watch some more videos where I'm going to be making some food with all of this great stuff. So I'm going to be making some really nice breads and some muffins from the flour that I've bought, and probably I'll make like a sunflower and olive bread, so check in about that, and we'll do some other things based on the items that I've bought today, brought to show you. And if you have any questions, please leave some comments below or email me at sasha@bloomspace.co.uk, and I will come back to you and give you as much help as I can. And if I can't answer your question, I'll go and look it up and then I'll come back and help you. All right, please take care of yourselves. Think about what you're going to eat. Look at the packet, look at the ingredients, look at the nutritional value. And if you can remember this, check before you peck, and you'll be right as rain. Okay, take care and look after.